start an English podcast so that, you know, oh yeah, I will share it again, probably because because the internet connection dropped. Okay, so yes, we're gonna start a podcast and do one episode every month. So Mr. Agnes and Miss Mega will be the first ones. We will build an episode together. All right. So hello, Wahyu and Rizky. Oh my gosh, welcome guys. A little bit late. You know, Mr. Agnes was so good today. He was here even early, so I'm so proud of him. Hopefully that will be the same next time for everyone, so that we can actually start on time as well. Okay, so I think I'll stop talking because I'm just talking too much, and I'll just start with the lesson at this point. But welcome back, everyone. I'm so happy to have you here. All right. So today we are going to work a little bit on some differences between formal and informal conversations in English, right? So before I tell you a few tips about it, and by the way, on Discord, I actually shared a file with some useful phrases you can use. So you can look at it later if you wish. For now, I would like, oh yeah, so today, yeah, as I said, we're gonna learn about formal and informal differences and the differences in different cultures as well. But first, before telling you my tips on this, I would like to hear from you. We can do together a little bit of brainstorming about what you think are some formal situations and then some informal situations. Let's start with formal. So is this instruction clear? Like, say some situations that you think are formal. This silence is scaring me.
Seminar.
Do you know the difference? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so do you know what formal and informal mean?
Yes.
Okay, all of you? Yeah, what about the others?
Yeah, but just a little bit.
Okay, so what do you think are some situations in which the conversation is formal? Just in your opinion, there is no wrong answer. Don't worry, we can just discuss it.
The formal.
Yeah, some situations in which you normally would talk in a more formal way.
Usually formal is have a form and structure. Usually it look like, example, it look like a conference, meeting, and relating with the meet a situation new for us, and it has the form and structure, I think.
Okay, yeah, very interesting and quite on point as well. Any other ideas of some situations in which it's more, we have more formal communication?
Maybe
Mr. Wahyu said something on the chat.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see the chat. Okay, if we meet an important for a person, yeah, of course. So maybe an authority, right? So I'll put important, like you said, important person, even though I think everyone is important. But so I'll just put authority in brackets.
maybe format used when writing for professional or academic.
Can you repeat? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Okay, format used when writing for professional or academic, maybe
Yes.
University assignment.
Yes, great. Writing, especially in professional and academic situations. Yeah, absolutely. Wow, so much stuff. Anyone else who wants to share?
Okay, and maybe the situation is very serious, and or we just meet new people and we don't know them well.
Okay, so new people. Okay, that's quite good. All this stuff is actually quite on point. So yeah, these are all good situations in which normally we have some formal communication. Then what about informal?
Is when communicating with friends or family.
Yeah, perfect. Family. All right. Anything else?
Personal chatting, maybe. Maybe.
Come again, sorry, personal?
Yeah, personal chatting.
Personal TV, did you say TV?
Personal message, maybe.
Oh, message. Okay, sorry, I didn't. Sorry, my connection is very bad, so sometimes I don't hear properly. Messages. Okay. Okay. About your question, Wahyu, in the chat, I will explain it later. Anything else, guys? Rizky, what do you think? Some informal situation. Do you know what informal means?
No.
Okay, so like they said a little bit, formal situation is usually with, you know, when you have to use a little bit of a more sophisticated language, maybe. So when you talk to older people or authorities, like, you know, like they mentioned, for example, the president, or I don't know, someone, you know, within authority, or someone we never met before, someone new. Whereas informal is more with friends, family, people we've known for a while. So we have some suggestions now in the chat. Mr. Wahyu says, oh, wait, I'm having some problems. Okay, so someone we've known for a long time. Yes, so someone we know. Our neighbors, yeah, of course, and siblings, yeah, so that goes with family, I guess. Siblings, neighbors. So do you understand now what's the difference between formal and informal? Or is it still confusing, risky?
Uh, mm,
So maybe some examples will help you. What do you think?
mm,
Yeah. Okay. So all right. So these examples were really good. So well done, guys. I would like to tell you about the structure, but maybe you can help me explain to Rizky some examples in maybe your culture or something in which there is some differences between formal and informal, or maybe even just the translation. I don't know, maybe to make it clear.
Okay.
Semangat Miss Cici. Gimana? Mau Miss Cici bisa bantu jelasin supaya Rizky ya?
Ini
Or official translator.
formal situation is, jadi kalau misalnya kita ngomong formal itu ibaratkan situasi yang benar-benar yang membuat bahasa kita tuh formal. Misalnya pas lagi rapat ngomong sama bos, ngomong sama kepala sekolah, sama guru, akan formal tuh. Nggak bisa kita bilang what's up bro, nggak bisa kan. Jadi pasti kita bilang selamat pagi bu, nah, gitu. Itu formal. Kalau ketemu sama teman kan, hai bro, ngapain bro, nah, gitu. Itu informal maksudnya. Jadi lebih santai gitu. Kalau formal kita nggak bisa ngomong sama si bos kan gitu, what's up bro, nggak bisa kan, nah, kayak gitu. Jadi kalau sama teman kita bisa ngomong kayak gitu, Ki. Lebih santai bahasanya kalau informal. Kalau yang formal itu agak ya formal situasinya, kayak kita ngomong sama guru, sama si bos, gitu. Jadi,
I love the
Itu.
what's up bro.
Itu Ki ya.
Amazing.
Rizky.
So is it clear now?
Udah paham Rizky dari penjelasan Miss Cici?
ya.
Okay. All right. So how do we express that in English? So in some languages, we have some specific maybe grammar rules. Like for example, in Italian, we use the third person to express a more formal speech. But in English, it's done a little bit different. So the main difference, let's say, and you actually already said some of this stuff, is that in formal communication, usually the sentences are, a little bit longer, in the sense that they are full sentences using every part of the structure, grammatically correct, and they when Miss Chichi said that they're more structured, it means that it follows usually certain common rules. I'll give you some examples in a second. The informal one is more personal. So the sentences are sometimes shortened. So maybe sometimes some parts are missing. And if you look at it from a grammatical point of view, there are some mistakes, especially in slang sentences. And you might wonder, hey, why is this grammatically incorrect? Because in informal communication, people don't care that much about the structure, so it's more direct. I'll give you some examples to explain what I mean by these concepts. So one example could be when in a formal situation, you might say, good evening, it's nice to meet you, or I am pleased to meet you, how are things, etc. So these are full sentences, usually with every part of the grammatical structure. But in informal situations, you even omit certain parts. Omit means leave away, okay? So for example, instead of saying good evening, you might say evening, you know, or morning. You don't say the whole thing, the whole structure, like good morning. You just say morning sometimes. I mean, obviously not all the time, but it's more common, right? So instead of saying it's nice to see you, you maybe say something more like, oh, nice to see you. You know, you just make it shorter usually, and you use a more relaxed style. Like Miss Chichi said, you know, oh, what's up, bro? That's very, very informal, right? And what I mean with some grammatical mistakes in a way is sentences like, for example, how is things, right? How's things? Things is plural, so is not grammatically correct, right? But it's kind of things, those kind of mistakes, let's say. And that's why, for example, when you read, for example, the lyrics to songs, right? Songs, for example, are a good example in which the grammar is very, very informal. So you might even find some things that don't make much sense, you know, grammatically. And that's because it's part of slang or informal situation. Is this clear up until now?
It's clear, Miss.
All right, for everyone?
Clear.
All right. Okay.
Miss Becky, Mr. Wahyu said
All right,
something
so
on the chat.
can I use the simple present tense to explain something that I'm doing right now? No, because not really, let's say, in the majority of the situations, no. Because the simple present is used for repetitive actions. So things that you do, for example, usually or never or repeatedly. And as a matter of fact, all these adverbs that indicate some kind of reoccurrence of the activity are usually together with a simple present. If you want to say something that you are doing right now, it's better to use the present continuous. So, for example, I am drinking. Okay, I'm drinking some tea. I am writing. So that's better for something you're doing right now. Okay, so now I would like you to, apply some of these formal and informal ideas, let's say, to some situations. All right. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 6 scenarios, right? I would like you to try and guess, in your opinion, which of these situations are formal and which ones are informal. Anyone who wants to try? Maybe you can do
Missy-
one each.
Yeah, Mrs. Chu wants to start first too.
Yeah, I know she unmuted herself. So.
I would
Or you
like
can't see the
Oh.
picture.
the-
I don't know.
the first picture.
I can see the picture. I can see the picture.
No, because Mr. Wahyu said he can't see it. So I don't know.
Okay, I would like to explain the picture one. The picture one is a formal situation. There are many people come to the international company picnic. There are meet each other and they make a conversation and yeah,
So formal.
the formal situation.
Okay.
The-
Do you all agree? Does everyone agree?
I think the
Informal.
informal, informal. I think
Why?
because we can see from the picture that there is some people that meet each other and they speak like meet with their friends and just company picnic. I think company picnics is usually or sometimes all I think always is more informal situation.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So Mr. Wahyu also says that he thinks it's informal. Okay.
I
So-
agree. I still agree with formal. I still agree with formal.
Right. No, that's okay. That's okay. I think, to be honest, I think this one is a little bit tricky because it's a company meeting. So there is some formality, but they also seem, to be wearing informal clothes. They're having a barbecue. They all seem very friendly by the looks on their faces. So I'm not sure myself. I think it's probably somewhere in between, maybe semi-formal, I would say. I think you're both right because they're very good points. They're very good points. There is some elements of formality and some elements of informality. So maybe something in between. Maybe something in between, I guess. All right. Okay, sorry, I'm just reading Mr. Wahyu's message. Where did you use the present simple? I'm sorry, but it's like there is a lot of inputs here. So where did you use it? What does it mean? I don't think you misused it so far, but I don't know, like maybe I also don't want to correct every single sentence you say, otherwise it becomes a little bit, heavy, especially because here the main point is to communicate, right, and speak more freely. So I will give you some feedback about the important points, but of course I think it's counterproductive to correct every single sentence. But yeah, I'm not sure to which one you mean, because sometimes it's also hard to look at the chat and the conversation at the same time. So maybe I'm not seeing everything. So if you want to point out which sentence you think was incorrect, I can give you feedback on that. All right. So the second one, let's say this one. Number 2. What do you think? Maybe Rizky, are you there?
Yes, miss.
You disappeared for a second. This one, this situation, right? Number 2. What do you think it is? Formal or informal?
I think it's informal.
Why?
Um, um, because
I don't know. Because I don't know.
no, because
Even like
this is informal because
I don't know jawab. I just listen.
Who do you think they are? Do they know each other, or do they don't? Or don't they know each other?
Permission.
Menurut Rizky, gambar kedua ini formal atau informal? Dan kenapa kalau Rizky sebut
He
salah
said
satu dari itu?
informal. He said informal.
Kalau informal, kenapa informal? Kira-kira kenapa nih?
Karena karena aku lihat di gambar itu kayak ada yang aneh.
Okay, then so probably anyone can help Rizky, Mr. Agnes, Ms. Cici, Ms. Mega, or Mr. Wahyu.
To answer the question, or to describe the picture to Rizky, or what?
So Rizky said he thinks it's informal, but he wasn't sure on why. So do you agree that it's formal? That it's informal, or do you think it's formal? What do you think?
Yes, I think it's informal because they are classmates. So it's the situation at school. They know each other. So yeah,
Yeah, I think they look like friends. So and they are dressed in an informal way. I think they're students, right? They look like students. So probably they are friends and they know each other. I would agree. Then we have this one, number 3. It's different from this. Okay, the people here are different, but not everything might be noticeable. So maybe let's see. Maybe we can ask Wahyu. What do you think? Formal or informal? Formal. Why? Why formal? He speaks to his instructor. Yeah, it looks like professor or something, a teacher, I guess, or an instructor. Yeah, trainer, whatever. So yeah, I think that's probably correct. Then we have the last three ones. Let's see. Maybe Miss Mega, what do you think about this one? Number 4.
Oh, number 4. I think that
I can't hear you. I think you're muted.
wait. I think that is formal maybe
Why?
because they met with the instructor. Oh,
Yeah.
instructor is picture.
Yeah, it probably looks like the boss or something. So I think so. Yeah, probably formal. Yeah. Then okay, so Wahyu agrees. All right. Then let's ask Agnes. What about this one? Number 5.
I think number 5 is a informal situation
Why?
because there is 3 people. I think they are classmates or they are know each other, and then they just talk about something, maybe something that important in library, and then their face it seems to be showing an informal attitude.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Does everyone agree with this? Does everyone agree that it's informal?
Oh yeah, it could be formal and informal, yeah, Miss.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just asking if everyone thinks the same or if you have different opinions on this.
I think in informal situation.
Informal. Why? For the same reason?
It's the situation in the library. People there are classmates, there are friends, go to the library, reading a book, and maybe they are discuss about something, but they look friendly each other.
Okay. That's this one I think is also a tricky situation because I agree that it looks a little bit informal, but I'm wondering, I think this one could also be a writer who is talking about his book, I think. Because here it says it's written very, very small, so maybe you can't read it, but it said something like a conversation with, and then I don't know, something else. So I think it could also be one of those events in which there is a writer, an author, right, talking about their book, and then maybe I don't know, readers or go there for an autograph or asking some questions. So it could be both. Sometimes these, if this is the case, maybe it's also a little bit formal. Maybe it's like kind of like the first one, kind of semi-formal, right? Something in between, I think. But maybe you're right. It also depends on the perception, right? So sometimes even the same situation can be interpreted differently depending on the people. So it's this one is a bit tricky, I guess. Who wants to try and say what they think about the last one, number 6?
Formal situation.
Formal. Why?
looks like a conference activity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. I would agree with this. All right, so because we started late, we are a little bit close to, I mean, it's technically already time, but if you all agree, we can, I don't know, maybe finish at least one speaking activity. If you have a little bit of extra time, I don't know, just tell me, guys, if we can add maybe 10 minutes or so, or if you know it's time already. But again, if you can be on time next time, it would be great, so that we can actually, you know, do everything together. So do you have 10 extra minutes, all of you, even Miss Putri? Because I know she's a busy bee. Right now,
Yes,
to
Miss.
continue.
Yeah, I think everyone is agreed to continue, right? Mr. Chi, Mr. Agnes, Mr. Rizky, Ms. Mega.
Right.
Yes.
Totally agree.
All right. Okay. So this one, I think this is the, yeah. Okay. Okay. So now we can pick one situation, and maybe, okay. Let's say we can have maybe 3 volunteers. Okay, 3 volunteers to start with the first conversation. You can pick which of these 6 situations you want to kind of practice, okay? But don't tell the others what it is. So you can decide in the chat, maybe then 2 people, because it's easier to communicate privately in the chat. To do that, when you go on the chat, you can select the specific person and send them a private message. So that's possible. I'll give you an example. Okay, this is chat. Sorry, it's in Italian, but if you click here, instead of everyone, you can just, you know, select the specific person. So that way you can decide without the other ones knowing. So the objective is to choose one, and then you pretend to have this conversation, and the others will have to guess which one it is of these 6 situations. Is it clear?
Yeah.
All right, for everyone? Everyone?
Yes,
Oh, we have, oh yeah, Wahyu. Oh yeah, I saw your message, was about to talk about that. So there's 2 options. One is that you maybe try, and I mean, I know it's very difficult for you emotionally to try and speak, because I know what the problem is, you told us. If you wanted to try and be brave, you can still try. Nobody judges here. It's we try to be very welcoming, I hope. So, and also I heard you the last time, and you I think you spoke very, very well, to be honest. But if it makes you too uncomfortable, maybe you can start by guessing instead of talking. But if I would really, really like it if, you know, in the long run, after a few lessons, maybe if you wanted to try and get out of your comfort zone, I would be really, really proud of you, but no pressure. I don't want you to feel pressured to do anything. So if you want, you can also just try and guess. All right, so who wants to be the first 2 volunteers to practice a conversation? Rizky?
Yeah, I want to know.
Awesome. Okay, who wants to try together with Rizky? You? Okay.
Okay.
Oh. Awesome. So Miss Chichi and Mr. Rizky. So you can type in the chat privately which one of the 6 you want to do. And don't tell us, just do it. Like we will start doing it directly and we will have to guess. We will have to try and understand which one it is.
Okay.
Minta sama papa. Vitamin magnesium ya. Magnesium. Magnesium.
Are you ready? Have you decided? Oh, okay. Don't read the chat. It's not private, so everyone don't read the chat.
Yes, okay.
Oh no, wait. Oh no, that was a question. Okay, I think it was a question, it wasn't a choice. All right. So I'll just give you a recap. The number 1 is a company picnic. So it's maybe semi-formal, informal, formal, kind of in between. Number 2 is friends talking to each other, saying goodbye. Number 3 is a professor with their students. Number 4 is the boss with his employees. Number 5 is a library with maybe, I think, an author speaking about his book, or maybe just people, you know, getting books in the library, or maybe a bookstore, I'm not sure. So maybe semi-formal. And then we have number 6, which is a conference or, you know, something formal. So these are the situations. So Wahyu, Miss Chichi and Mr. Rizky are gonna speak. They're gonna do the conversation. Just wait a second, they're getting organized. So just choose privately. So to do that, you can go here in the chat and select the person. So for Miss Chichi, she can go on Rizky's name, and Rizky, you can click on Chichi's name to text privately. So Wahyu, they are going to choose a situation, and then they are gonna pretend to be in that situation and have a conversation, and we will guess which one it is.
Ya, Mama lagi les aja, go out dulu ya.
Did you choose? Okay, don't read the chat, guys. Don't read it. It's okay. It's okay. Just don't read it, because it's there was a little technical problem there. So don't read the answer and try to guess it yourself. Anyway, just try and that's okay. That one is okay. You can do that one. So do you want to start, guys? Miss Chichi and Rizky, do you want to try and have the conversation?
Okay.
All right. Whenever you want, you can start.
Okay, Rizky.
Yeah, Rizky and Miss Cici.
And Rizky, okay.
So you're gonna start now, right? Rizky, are you
Yeah.
ready?
Iya.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Rizky. Good morning.
Ya. Morning. Good morning.
I'm glad to meet you here. I would like to talk about our business. I have called you. I have called you about 2 months ago. So I think our new project is very good. They have the good prospect. How about you? What do you think about it?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So what's your answer to Miss Chichi's question? Imagine you are in that situation. What would you say?
I say I say yes. I say yes. I say yes. Hmm.
Okay, so she asked, okay, imagine you are in the situation you chose, right? So she asked, oh, hey, no, not really. She was like, oh, hello, Rizky. How is the project going? Imagine you are in that situation. What would you say back?
I say that is formal.
Okay. All right. All right. But if you were the person answering, right? You are in that picture. Imagine you are one person in the picture you chose, right? So she is the other person in that picture. So she's asking you, hello, how's your project going? What would you say? Imagine you have a project. Imagine you are that person. What would you say?
I'd say I say no problem.
Okay. All right. Something else?
Mm, I say no problem
Mhm.
because the project will be fine.
Okay. Right. Okay. So guys, what do you think? Which number is this conversation from? Which picture? Any guess from the
Okay,
other ones?
I will try to guess, Miss.
Of course. Go ahead.
Okay, I think based on Miss Chichi and Mr. Rizky conversation, I guess they are talk about the number 4. The picture in is number 4 because they are talking about the project, and then it's like a co-worker. They meet each other and talk about project. So based on the number 4 picture, it's like a manufacturing.
All right. Any other ideas? Do you all agree? Oh, it's okay, Wahyu, don't worry. So I think it could be number 4, but it could also be maybe number 1. Because, you know, it could also be some co-workers there talking about what's going on. The communication seemed a little bit formal, but also Mr. Rizky said morning, so I'm not sure. That's more informal, right? Usually if it's formal, you say good morning. If it's morning is more informal, but maybe it's like something in between. So I think it could also be number 1, but also number 4 is a good guess, I think. Any other ideas? No one? For which one it is, Wahyu? For which one they were performing? Okay, so if there is no other guess, Ms. Chichi and Mr. Rizky, which one was the correct one?
Yeah, I prefer to select number 4 because we talk about the project.
Okay, awesome. So Mr. Agnes was right. Nice.
Yes.
So you guessed right. All right. Okay, our time is very limited. So maybe one thing we can do, I prepared some questions to talk about cultural differences, because, you know, sometimes we greet people in different ways, in formal or informal situations, with some differences between cultures. And sometimes, you know, there can be some misunderstandings as well. So it's important to know that there are some differences, right? So I don't think we have much time right now to talk about this, but what we can do, if you agree, is because we have, you know, our group here, what we can do is maybe talk about this either in the lounge section or maybe in the TML section. I mean, we can decide.
Itu kalau aku tuh nggak
But
bisa
what we can do
ngerjain dua
is
sekaligus
maybe discuss one or two of these questions and see if
aku bisa kalau misalkan
one mic on.
tapi kalau satu
Anyway,
aku nggak bisa kayak
we can
ngerjain
discuss
satu sambil
these
nonton.
topics and see if there are some differences, even between, you know, Italy and Indonesia or English-speaking countries. And I can tell you an anecdote about something that happened to me when there was a cultural difference in like greeting someone. So, and you can tell us some more if you have some. So yeah, I think we're a little bit tight with time. I would also go on, but you know, we need to try and at least see if these shorter lessons work, because we're doing them in 60 minutes now, but mostly so that you don't get too tired in the evening as well. And also I would really like it if you could be on time. So in this way, you know, if we actually start on time, maybe we can actually finish on time as well. So yeah, I'm just telling you because, you know, now it's already 20 past and I don't want to steal too much of your time. So if you agree, we can also discuss these cultural differences in the group, but, you know, let me know what you think, what works for you, and, you know, you can give us your feedback regarding this. Would that work for you, or would you prefer to do it in person? Not in person, like, you know, live some other time, or anyone? Yes, yes, Wahyu, that was an example of how the daily topic works when you can generate, basically, that wasn't my question, that was the bot, that was an automatic question. I was showing Mr. Belsink how to use it. So the idea there was to to do at least one question every day or something to practice talking about different topics. But, you know, we can talk about different things as well. So if you want, we can continue this. I can tag you and we can continue these. We can continue talking about cultural differences on the server if you like, if you want to finish this topic, if you're interested. I don't know. What do you think?
Yes, Miss, I think we can continue on the server.
Okay. Does everyone agree? All this silence is scaring me. Oh my gosh. Is everything okay, guys?
Yeah.
All right. So Rizky, also, I saw you put a message. You wrote a message in one of the I saw you wrote a message in one of the channels, but then I didn't get a response, so I don't know if everything is okay. So if you want, you can reply there. Anyway. Okay, so abbreviations. I'm not sure what you mean, Wahyu. On the browser, is it right if you're using a browser For Discord, you mean? And then you said abbreviations. I'm not sure what you mean. What's the connection? So anyway, ooh, I don't know. Are you okay, guys? Because all this silence is scaring me. I don't know if you understood what I said, if I'm doing, something not ideally. Oh yeah, I think I usually get it if you use abbreviations. If I don't, I will ask you. Yeah, don't worry. I'm not a formal person. I like to keep it friendly. Don't worry about it. Mega, Rizky, Chichi, Wahyu, are you okay? Mr. Agnes already replied, but the others are, I don't know. I don't even know if you're still there.
Sorry, Miss Becca, maybe you can share the presentation to the group.
The conversation. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm writing the presentation there.
Okay, right. Okay, so basically, I've been putting the material here so far. Okay, my internet is terrible. I put also the previous PowerPoints here, and I will be putting the next ones as well. Here you will also find some helpful phrases for both formal and informal conversations. I can also give you some tips on how to learn new phrases if you're starting from a more beginner level. I can help you out with that. But in the meantime, I can also share it on the WhatsApp group, of course, through Miss Putri. But if you're willing to try the Discord server as well, I am already putting everything there as well, like all the previous lessons and additional material as well. So you will get this in a few minutes as well. So, but if you want, I can also share it with Miss Putri to share it on WhatsApp. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, by the way, okay, it's been already half an hour more, but okay. So next time on Thursday, please be on time so that we can actually do everything. And we will do some work on confidence in speaking English by seeing some negative patterns that don't really help with learning. So we will try and see those and start some kind of work together to help you be more confident in speaking English. So that's what we're gonna do on Thursday. So yeah, it's super late, but I hope this was kind of okay. And let me know if you have anything to ask or any, any question, any feedback, or,
Yeah, it's very awkward because everyone is so silent, isn't it? So yeah, I hope that you are more talkative, so we will know about your input, and you don't have to worry about the mistakes because we learn from the mistakes. And yeah, that's it. Okay, Miss Chichi, Miss Mega, Mr. Rizky, Mr. Agnes, and Mr. Wahyu, thank you very much for all of your time. You spend time here, means that you really want to learn, but I hope that you are more active. Just like what Miss Becky said, silence is just like killing us because we never know what, we want to help, but sure, if you can be more active, yeah, Miss Becky, so we can give you more, right? So anything you want to add, Miss Becky, before we end the class?
If you have any additional questions, you can ask in the platform in the server. We will discuss all the additional things like the podcast. And I hope I'll see you on Thursday. If you are coming, please be on time so that we can do more work together. That's only why, so that we can do more things and learn more.
Oh, sorry, Miss.
About what?
Oh, sorry, Miss. Interruption you. I just have one suggestion. Based on our lessons today, I
Yes.
think based on our topic, that's so interesting for me because we just talk about formal and informal situation. But based on your previous explanation, you talk about there is some structure, there is some grammatically when we follow the formal situation and informal situation. So I think maybe in the next meeting or etc. when we talk about something in the definition like a formal situation, informal situation, maybe better if we put it the structure and then give an example from the structure and which one is correct and incorrect, and after that we continue with the like a guessing game and then etc. But yes, overall I like this activity so much. Thank you so much, Miss Becca and Miss
Alright.
Putri.
So your suggestion is to try and do more practice with this, correct?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, all right. We can maybe just a suggestion, maybe because next week on Tuesday again, I think, if we don't change, because we were having some problem with Mr. Belsing, so I don't know whether we are going to find a solution for that. But I think now I have to check because I don't remember the schedule, but I think we talked about doing something like good and bad manners or something like that. Now I have to check. Maybe one thing we can do is mix the topics. So do both formal and informal situations in the same topic so that we can actually practice this difference. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree about this lesson today. But maybe we should our student we should know what different of informal and informal, so we can make small conversation and the student read and practice, and then maybe they can practice from the small conversation they read and train to try to confident to speak English, because maybe many friends there is friends still hesitate to speak English, but when they read the text they can confident for that.
Right.
I think.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for the suggestions. I really appreciate them. Also, I put it a little bit too late because, as I told you, this week is a little bit crazy. But I put 2 chapters from a book in the material channel. And there, in these chapters, basically, there are some examples of conversations and some expressions, different expressions from formal and informal conversations. So I would suggest you to take a look at it. And then maybe we can create also, something like a sample to practice from. That's a very good idea. Thank you, guys.
So that's all what we need, right, Miss Becky? Everyone, it's speak up now. So yeah, nice.
Yes.
Okay. So anything else, Miss Becky, or probably Rizky, Miguel, or Wahyu? Nah? Okay.
We hope that too, Wahyu.
Iya.
We'll try to work together with that. All right. I guess good evening and see you on Thursday. Very silent day. Very silent day.
Island group.
Yeah. Very silent.
Bye, guys.
Okay, thank you everyone. See you on Thursday, okay? Have a good day.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Stay safe. Bye.